Hey gorgeous, my name is Lindsay and today we are talking all about meditation. I am so freaking excited because meditation is one of my favorite things to talk about. I have been meditating every single day, or at least almost every single day for almost a year now, and I cannot tell you how much it has totally changed my life. I have learned to love myself. I've learned to appreciate my body. I've learned to work through limited beliefs. I feel more rested and rejuvenated. I've gotten creative downloads. I've worked through problems. I've become a better friend to myself. It is amazing. And the thing to remember with meditation is it's you time, it's me time. It's time where nothing else matters except you. And some may say that's selfish, but I say it's necessary. So meditation, what is it? I got this from headspace.com, and it says that meditation isn't about becoming a different person, a new person, or even a better person. It's about training and awareness and getting a healthy sense of perspective. You're not trying to turn off your thoughts or feelings. You're learning to observe them without judgment, and eventually you may start to better understand them as well. And this is such a great description because it's so true. The main thing about it is learning non-judgment of your thoughts, non-judgment of people, non-judgment of yourself. And I mean, that has helped me so much. I feel like because I've meditated and I've made that a daily practice, I have more compassion for others. I'm able to connect to others more because I know myself more, and that has been a huge benefit. So how did I even start meditating? Early on in my personal development journey, I listened to a podcast with Dr. Joe Dispenza, and he was talking about meditation and all the benefits of it. And I was like, ooh, I need to try this. And so he was talking about treating yourself like a dog and setting a timer, laying down somewhere quiet where you're not going to be disturbed, and saying to yourself, Lindsay, you're going to lay here for 10 minutes. I don't care what you think. And I will tell you what, it was a fight in the beginning because even 10 minutes felt like an hour. And I was like, oh my God, how long is this going to take? And in my head, I was just going nuts with all these thoughts. And it was like, oh my God, my list, I gotta go. My body was like, get up. What are you doing? Why are you being lazy? What are you doing? So it was a struggle in the beginning, but I tell you what, it only took about a week, and then I really started seeing results and the benefits, and I was like, ooh, I really like this, and it made me want to do it every single day. And I upped it to 15 minutes and then 20 minutes, and now we do 25 minutes in the morning, and I typically do an hour at night, and I freaking love it. I could not imagine my life without it. It's definitely the one non-negotiable. If I don't do any of my other morning routine things, this is something that I 100% do. I've meditated in airports, on planes, in the woods, in my car, anywhere I can, I meditate. So the focus, or like the main objection of meditation is relaxation, focus, and awareness. And thinking about meditation like a physical exercise, you can't expect to go to the gym one day a week and see results. And it's the same with meditation. Meditation is like the gym for your brain, and you're training your brain to relax and focus and have more clarity. And if you haven't listened to my thoughts and emotions episode, go check that out, because we have like up to 80,000 thoughts a day, and meditation is a way to slow those thoughts down, and so better thoughts can get through. And it's a way that you can start reprogramming your brain. So before we get into the how-to, I want to talk about the benefits of meditation. So some of the benefits are: it reduces stress, controls anxiety, promotes emotional health, enhances self-awareness, lengthens attention span, generates kindness, improves sleep, helps control pain, increases a sense of connectedness and empathy, improves relationships, makes you more creative, helps you find flow, helps you work through limited beliefs. Meditation reduces physical and emotional pain. It's said to be better than morphine, and it helps take you towards enlightenment. So I can attest to the majority of these things have worked for me. I've never taken morphine, so I don't know about that, but it has been so amazing. Like I said, I feel like I'm a brand new person because of meditation and because of all of the tools that it gives me. And there was one time where I had this meditation, and it was a self-love meditation, and it felt so amazing. I talk about it a little bit in the 5 ways to learn how to love yourself, but I lay there, and for some reason I decided to focus on self-love, and I focused on my belly area because that's where I've sent the most hate. And I just remember imagining little balls of energy and like just swirling through my belly, and I was like, belly, I love you, and I was just sending all these good thoughts. And it sounds weird, but it worked for me, and I did that multiple times, and I swear within a month I didn't change anything, but my stomach smoothed out, it was a little tighter, and I have never seen results like that. I've always had issues with that area, and it's so fascinating how I feel like, now this may or may not be true, but I feel like meditation was the reason for that. So it's so wild. But before we get into the how-to, I want to talk about the 3 parts of the brain. Now this is based off the triune brain theory developed by Paul MacLean, so you can Google that if you want to read more. But he talks about 3 different parts of the brain: the reptilian, the limbic, and the neocortex. So the reptilian controls the body's vital functions such as heart rate, breathing, body temperature, and balance. It's responsible for instinct and survival. Its main focus is to avoid pain, and this is the area that makes our decisions. And it's the oldest part of the brain, and it makes its decisions based on our programming from a young age. And I like to think of this part of the brain as the ego. So it's got outdated beliefs based on the programming that you probably had when you were a child. And we talk all about this in the thoughts and emotion episode if you want to check that one out. But then we get to the limbic system, and that's responsible for our emotions, flight or fight, value judgments, and it's often unconditional. And it's often unconscious. So this is we have a thought, and then we have a thought in our reptilian brain, and then we have our limbic system, and that's responsible for emotions. And we talk all about that in the thoughts and emotions episode if you want to learn more. And then we get to the neocortex, and this is responsible for abstract thought, imagination, and consciousness. The neocortex is flexible and has almost infinite learning abilities, but it's only responsible for less than 10% of the brain's function, and the limbic system and the reptilian system are responsible for 90%. So that's where we were talking about in the thoughts and emotions episode, where 90% of our thoughts are unconscious, or I think it's 95. And so meditation is a way to strengthen your neocortex, your consciousness, your imagination, your abstract thought. Those are the thoughts we want to be thinking and cultivating, and meditation is a way to strengthen them so that you can start reprogramming your brain and changing the way you think by thinking better thoughts. So because this is only responsible for 10%, less than 10%, it's really important to strengthen that so that that side, the neocortex, can come out to play a little bit more. And I have totally felt this in meditation, and we're going to get into that right now. So how do you meditate? There are so many ways to meditate, so go check them out. There's going to be a link in the profile to look for 9 different ways that you can meditate, but here is something that I have done, and this is what works for me. I find a quiet place, I lay down on a yoga mat, and I realize that I'm going to have thoughts, and my main focus is to relax and to focus on my breath. Those are the main things. If you do that, then you've meditated. So remember to have non-judgment. This is all about non-judgment. You're not judging yourself. You're not judging your thoughts. You're not judging anyone else. This is a non-judgment, a judgment-free zone. And so lay down, put a timer on. I started with just music for 3 months. I didn't even know about guided meditation. I love guided meditation, but sometimes I think it's really nice to just let your brain be free and not be led down a specific path. So set a timer for 10 minutes, put on music, and lay there and focus on your breath first. Focus on, a lot of times, obviously we don't think about our thinking because it's automatic. But when you do focus on your breath and think about your thinking. It is such a powerful tool. I will use this in just in everyday life. If I'm stressed out, I focus on my breath. If I'm fearful, I focus on my breath. There's a quote that says something like, someone said that the only thing between fear and excitement is your breath. And if you're afraid, focus on your breath and you can turn that into excitement, which is pretty wild. So lay there, set a timer for 10 minutes. Tell yourself, I'm going to lay here for 10 minutes and I'm going to focus on my breath and I'm going to relax. And focus on your breath. You can do a body scan. You can go from your head down to your toes. Think about your eyelids, your nose, your jaw, your mouth, your face, your shoulders, your back, your legs, your arms, your whole body. And just think about and say relax. Sometimes I'll think, breathe in positivity, breathe out negativity, breathe in healing, breathe out toxicity, or whatever. Whatever you want to do, you can, it's whatever you want to think about, it's up to you. And nothing is bad. Nothing is wrong. You're not doing it wrong. You are doing it right. If you're giving yourself 10 minutes to yourself to quiet yourself and to relax, you have meditated and you're going to receive such amazing benefits. So there is a space that you can get to with meditation. Now, this does take time. It's like the gym. You got to work out your brain. It didn't happen for me until probably a couple months into meditation. But typically, I feel like it happens around the 15-20 minute mark for me. So it does take a little bit longer. But you go into what I call standby mode. So in standby mode, it's almost like you're paralyzed, but not scary. You're so relaxed that your body feels like it's sunk into the ground, and sometimes it can feel like you're out of your body. I know it sounds crazy, but you'll know it if you get there. But when you get to this space, it's almost like you're not having thoughts. Your thoughts have quieted down and your body is super relaxed. And this is where I feel like the neocortex comes out to play. And a lot of times you'll start having thoughts, and they're like organic thoughts, and they just come to you. And the thing to think about when you have these thoughts is to not think about those thoughts. Just receive. If you get to this space, you'll know it just feels like the space. And if you get there, just know that this is your download time. This is the time to receive. Don't think about those thoughts. You'll retain them. You're totally fine, but you're not here to think. You're here to get downloads from your higher self, your intuition. I like to think of it as my intuition, and a lot of times if I have a problem or something that I'm trying to seek the answers to, before meditation, I'll set an intention. I want to find the answer to this problem. And when I get to that space, that's when I start getting my answers, and I just let them come to me. And then a lot of times I'll be like, oh, I get it. And so then I leave meditation, I'm like ready for the day, and I know who I need to talk to, where I need to go, what I need to work on. And it is amazing. It is such a great opportunity to get connected with your inner self, your higher self, your intuition, whatever you want to call it. Meditation is a perfect avenue to get there. And remember, this is a judgment-free zone. You're not judging your thoughts. You're not judging others. You're not judging the fact that you're having a thought. If you have a thought, always bring it back to the breath. Your breath is key in meditation. And the deeper you can breathe, and if you can breathe in and then hold it and breathe out, and think about the air going through your nose and into your body, and sink into your body and get to know your body a little bit more. And I can promise you it's going to feel amazing. But I hope that gave you a good jump off point to start meditation. And if you already have a meditation practice and you have something that will help others, comment below and let us know. If you have any questions, comment, let me know. I am happy to talk about this with you. Make sure that you subscribe so that you don't miss out. And remember to have an attitude of wonder and curiosity and compassion for yourself during this journey, because it is not easy and it is not fun sometimes, but I tell you, it's the best journey you can ever go on. And I cannot express how much this has changed my life, my partner's life, and so many other people. Meditation is so important. If you didn't do any other personal development thing but meditate, you are on a good path. So make sure you subscribe, follow me on social media. I am Way Society. Way is spelled W-A-I. If you're a hairstylist, click the link in the bio. I've got a little freebie for you. It's my 5 tips on how to make more money behind the chair. If you're a client or if you want to know if balayage is right for you, there's a guide for you as well, plus a little gift card if you're in the Austin area. Next week, we are going to be talking about how to answer the question, who am I? So I hope you have a wonderful day, and just remember that you are perfect exactly as you are, and I will talk to you next time. Have a great one.